Welcome back to the Swang Low Podcast Show. It is yours truly, Duroc. What's happening with all my people out there in the free world today? It's an absolute pleasure to be back here at this round table amongst my round table family. Salute to all of y'all that was able to make it here today, man. Nothing but love. And before I continue in this video, please allow me this opportunity to ask y'all, if y'all already haven't did it, like, comment, share, subscribe to the Swang Low Podcast Show, Duroc Creep. It would definitely be appreciated. And by the way, make sure you hit that notification bell so when we do these lives or we drop these videos, you will be front and center and you won't miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? Again, salute to all of y'all for joining. Now, look, I seen something online, man, that, it's been a controversy going on between the blacks and the Hispanics, you know what I'm saying? Really between podcasters, in up in arms about what a podcaster who happens to be of Russian descent who affiliates with the Southsiders from a Southside Mexican gang, right? Okay. He jumped out there and said a controversial racial slur towards the blacks, calling the blacks African booty scratchers. In return to that, you had other black podcasters jump out there and say whatever they said, in retribution to what this idiot over here said, who sparked it all up, but really, I don't really look at him as being the person that sparked up this situation, because this is something that has been ongoing online between different other online influences, you know what I'm saying, and like I said before, there's been much worser things said online, you know what I'm saying, by other idiots. However, what's being said isn't to be ignored, but at the same token, we cannot give these dudes any more shine than we've already given to them, because like I've told y'all before, that gives them nothing but notoriety. That's how the weirdo Whack 100 became notorious on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Utilizing tactics, to keep his name in the algorithm. Now you can't go nowhere on YouTube without seeing Whack 100's name in the title. So, that's him playing this game smartly. However, they can't exist if we don't allow them to exist. Point blank, period. And for somebody to be able to jump out there and make a racial slur such as saying the African booty scratcher thing, right? I didn't know who this dude was before that statement was even said. I promise you I didn't. Never heard of him. Never heard of that podcast, you know what I'm saying, or any of them people that's associated with that person over there. Before that statement, I promise you I had never heard of this person. You know what I'm saying? But, here it is. Those of us that invest into that, breathe him into life on social media over and over again through these videos. And here it is, another one about the guy, but I don't say his name ever. However, you should know by now from the various other videos of people discussing this issue. And I don't see too many people trying to come with a resolution, you know what I'm saying, to correct anything. All I see is people just constantly just throwing gas on the fire. But see, people got to remember this. Y'all got to be able to distinguish what's going online from what's actually happening in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And I really hope and pray that we have more people that have the thinking ability to understand that this stuff online is only online being done by clowns, by sales soldiers, you know what I'm saying, by people that, have no code of ethics. They stand on nothing. You know what I'm saying? And they hard definitely pump on jello for them to be so brave and courageous to jump behind the camera and diss a whole race and have everybody up in arms, you know what I mean? And ready to, crash out over an idiot. a person that was invited in. He's not, from what they say, he's not even Hispanic. He's Russian who happens to be from a Hispanic gang. You know what I'm saying? Now, and even with that though, really that don't matter because they gonna ride with their homeboy. He's from their gang, so why would they not ride with him, regardless if he's Hispanic descent or not? Y'all gotta think about that too. You know what I'm saying? They not just finna just throw this dude to the wolves because he said some idiotic stuff. You know what I'm saying? If they felt that it was bad, you know what I'm saying, to the point of his statement really ruining their brand, then they definitely would have held him accountable. But I haven't heard of him being DP for any of the things that he said online. I ain't heard about no DP. So they obviously endorse and stand behind this man. You know what I'm saying? And that should tell y'all volumes. Why are you up in arms by, giving him this unnecessary shine? That shine should go to somebody like myself. You know what I'm saying? Who actually deserve it. I have never look, let me explain something to y'all, man. I have been through a lot. I've said it before and I will say it again. I have been through a lot over the years with the Southern Hispanics. However, I have never jumped behind a camera and disrespected them not one time. You know what I'm saying? I have never jumped behind the camera and said a racial derogatory thing in their direction at all. Not once. And I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? And that has nothing to do with where I'm at. That has everything to do with who I am as a person, as a man. You know what I'm saying? I look at that as like cell soldier type stuff. You know what I'm saying? And plus also I understand like how, you know, deep sometimes that these videos can be. You know what I'm saying? For instance, again, I made a statement in a video about what BG Knockout had said in regards to the Southsiders being able to tell on the blacks, right? And I gave my honest truth on my experience and what I had always thought based off of my experience. And you had dudes, going crazy just for me. What am I not to tell my truth? You know what I'm saying? And they, oh, we ain't got no green light to tell on nobody. We wouldn't tell on them. We wouldn't tell on the police. We wouldn't tell on nobody, and this and that and blah blah blah. Hey, I get you wanting to stand up for your collective. That's understandable. That's honorable. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely do the same for mine. So I expected that. You're not wrong for it. You know what I'm saying? But where you're wrong at is saying that I can't come and tell what experience that I had with this particular group, you know, various times. You know what I mean? So when I heard BG Knockout say what he said, I'm like, when I heard it, I'm like, wow, I always thought the same thing. You know what I mean? Now, me saying that I always thought that, like again, I didn't put that on y'all whole entire collective. I put that on the people that was there at that time when at them different times when that was going on, when that was happening. You know what I'm saying? It played out exactly how I told y'all it played out. You know what I'm saying? Nothing more, nothing less, no extras put on it. See, they are smart enough to understand that I can't come. It's a lot that I can say, but I can't say. You know what I'm saying? That involves them. That involves, having to say certain people's names, you know what I'm saying? In certain situations and times, like completely exposing, you know what I mean? Like some of their people, you know what I mean? And that will bring a controversy within itself. You know what I mean? So, I don't aim to go in the direction of being disrespectful to anybody's organization. However, I am allowed to tell my truth on what I experienced over time in different situations. And if I experienced this personally, and that led me to believe when I experienced it, then I see other people experienced it, more and more people. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. I always thought the same. You know what I'm saying? And they're up in arms. Oh, we ain't got the green light to do this. They're hating on us. They're doing this. They're doing that. Why? Ain't nobody got time to sit back and hate on nothing that anybody got going on. You know what I'm saying? It's not that serious. But best believe, and this something else that I've said before, and I want y'all to take in. And I ain't saying that this is what they're doing, but who would admit that they got the green light to be a rat anyway? Do you not understand how that damages their brand and how that makes them look if, let's just say, BG Knockout jumped out there and said that they had the green light to snitch, right? And one of them jumped up right behind him like, yeah, we do. That's a tactic we use. Who does that? Did anybody really expect for one of them to jump out there and admit it? You know what I'm saying? If it's true, like, come on, man. Nobody, come on. You're not going to do that. That does major damage to your brand. Nobody wants to be affiliated or associated to anybody that can potentially tell on them in any situation. No matter how big or small, nobody likes a rat. So I can't see any of them jumping out there saying, like, come on, that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So whether that is a true thing or not, you know what I'm saying? I don't come with a purpose of starting a situation that can be a potential situation to get people hurt. You know what I'm saying? But I am allowed to speak my truth. Ain't nobody finna silence my truth. If I went through this, I experienced it. This is what I experienced. You know what I'm saying? And you can debate against whatever you want to debate all you want. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, my experience is my experience. And I'm allowed to share that with my people. My people being the people that wants to hear, you know, truth. But y'all need to be aware of, man. I want to, I do know that the devil don't like to be exposed in no way, shape, form, or fashion. You know what I'm saying? And when any glimmer of the devil being exposed, and he see that, he's fixed to flip out because he don't want to be exposed. He want to be able to maneuver around like he been doing, and do what he been doing and get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Without being exposed. But when somebody like me come along and threaten to expose this, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? But really, like I said, I don't come to disturb anybody's peace. You know what I'm saying? I just come to speak my piece. That's it. That's all. You know what I mean? That makes me a bad guy. That makes me a bad person. That makes me a racist. That makes me a bitter old man. You know what I'm saying? That, like, come on, man. You know what I mean? If y'all don't do anything else, go back and watch some of my videos where I've talked about many, many different situations. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with the Southside Hispanics, and yet and still, I haven't jumped behind the camera and disrespected any of them. I don't believe I jumped behind the camera and disrespected no race. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not about that with me. You know what I'm saying? That creates division that's unnecessary. I don't want to live in a world of division, you know what I'm saying, to the point where we can't deal with nobody. I would definitely divide myself from, you know, people that are proven to be bad people, that are proven to be no good for nobody. Yeah, I would definitely divide myself and you know, not associate myself with anybody like that. You know what I mean? But other than that, I don't have a problem with building bridges with people and you know what I'm saying, trying to create, you know, great situations, you know what I mean, for our next generation. You know what I'm saying? Because really, those of us that's up there of age, you know what I'm saying, man, hey, these youngins, it's they turn. You know what I'm saying? So why not, try to at least help, you know what I'm saying, correct some things that we may have, you know, had something to do with messing up. You know what I mean? That's just the way that I look at it, man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I salute the people that's actually, putting forth the effort, you know what I'm saying, to make a difference in their communities, you know what I'm saying, and definitely, most definitely, in this YouTube space, you know what I'm saying, the other content creators that are actually, you know, putting it down. I salute all of y'all. Straight up. I don't think enough of that is being recognized and said towards other content creators. You know what I'm saying? Of course, people gonna salute the big dogs, the ones they see taking off now. You know what I'm saying? But you got a lot of up and comers. You got those that's been mid drift. You know what I'm saying? That's doing their thing and contributing. You know what I mean, in the ways that they can. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely trying to make a difference. And let me speak on one more thing, man, before I get up out of here. You know, in prison, in prison, you are not allowed to fight another race. You know what I'm saying? I have not in my entire time of doing prison time seen a black and a Hispanic catch a fade and both sides be cool with them catching the fade. That's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? On no prison yard. If a black and Hispanic get into a physical altercation, that altercation is going to turn extremely deadly because it's not going to involve just them two. You know what I'm saying? And that's called, it's a policy that they won't allow any of their people to fight us. You know what I'm saying? Like when they come at us in any physical way like that, it's with a knife. Point blank period. It's with a weapon. Fighting, nah, they don't do that. So I've seen online, you know what I'm saying, where one of the brothers jumped out there and called one of them out for a fade. You know what I'm saying? Particularly the guy that said the African booty scratcher thing, right? He got called out for a fade. You know what I'm saying, by L.A. Crip. You know what I'm saying? That from what I've seen, from what I've been hearing, you know what I'm saying, working in the community, you know what I'm saying, you know, doing what he's supposed to do, you know what I mean, in his community, trying to, correct some of the things that I believe he feel he destroyed along his journey, you know what I'm saying? And now he's of a conscious mind where he's trying to make things right out there. So I always salute that, man, no matter who's doing it, you know what I mean? But yeah, he called this the racist podcaster out, you know what I'm saying, for a fade. And I seen something where that podcaster actually responded to that and told him to come to his hood. Come out to my hood. Come out to Whittier. You want that? You know what I'm saying? Man, come on, man. They would never sanction anything like that. I would be surprised if they did. But stranger things have happened. So if it by chance do happen, then hey, I'm saying it now. Stranger things do happen. But I have never seen in my entire life of being on this earth them sanctioning a fight, allowing one of theirs to fight a black. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, think about it. Think about it. It just don't happen. You know what I mean? But hey, man, those of y'all that's been to prison before, y'all know better. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know better. Y'all, some of y'all dudes are some honorable dudes. You know what I'm saying? And you carry that honor everywhere you go. And that honor that you have, a lot of these other dudes are not gonna have it, especially if they ain't never been to no real prison yard and done no real prison time. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't know, that a fight between the two races would never be sanctioned. You know what I'm saying? And if by chance it is in this situation, then I will be completely blown out the water. And I'm saying it now, you know, hey, maybe that is the beginning to change by allowing that fade to go down. You know what I'm saying? And hey, who knows? That might be good for the culture. That might be good for both sides. Like I've said in the other video, the threat of war always got to be dangling over people's heads in order to keep them in line sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you've been through one of those wars and you done seen a dude get his whole neck stabbed out and his eyeballs stabbed out his head and dudes getting shot and bullets going through two and three different people. Mini 14 bullets. You ever seen a person get shot up close with a Mini 14 and it go through them and hit a couple of other people? I have. I've seen people get their whole back blew out. I've seen people get their head blew off. You know what I'm saying? I done seen some cold stuff. I can go on and on and on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? Believe that. You know what I mean? It's not a place that you want to be, man. That's why it's never to be glorified. Prison is never to be glorified. You know what I mean? I tell y'all the things that I tell y'all about prison to help y'all stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? If you got kids that you love, care about, help them stay away from it. Send them the video. Make them sit down. Y'all make it a family moment while watching the Swang Low podcast. You know what I'm saying? This is a safe space, you know what I'm saying, for family. And if you here with us, you family. Point blank, period. But yeah, man, I'm finna get up out of here. I've held y'all up long enough. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to touch on this subject. You know what I'm saying? While it's hot in the topics right now, you know what I mean? But hey, I want everybody to stay safe out there, man. Do not allow the idiots to disturb the peace. You know what I mean? If you allow the idiots to disturb the peace, man, I promise you the peace will continue to be disrupted over and over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? War don't stop overnight. I promise you. On that note, I'm finna get up out of here, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay safe out there. I love all of y'all, man. To the next time we meet at this round table, triple gang.